Hello, my name is Eduardo Hernandez Ferreira. I'll be your Spanish teacher today. Like this channel, subscribe to this channel if you want to continue learning Spanish. Enjoy. Verbs in the present tense. Los verbos en el tiempo presente. First conjugation. Are. Los verbos que terminan con las letras AR. Are. Son los de la primera conjugación. The fundamental parts of the Spanish verb. Number 1, the infinitive, the basic, unconjugated form, the one that corresponds to the English to do something. For example, to speak, to work, to sing, and so on and so forth. The Spanish infinitive always ends in R. The Spanish infinitive always ends in R. Remember that. That's a rule. Like we can think of examples like hablar, which means to speak, comer, which means to eat, and escribir, which means to write. As you can tell, all of these verbs end in R. Some of them end in ar, some of them end in and some of them end in ir, because there's three kinds of verbs. Cantar, to sing. Aprender, to learn. Leer, to read. Salir is to leave. Conocer is to know or to meet. Costar is to cost. Correr is to run. Finalizar is to end. Freír is to fry. So what is the one thing in common that you find in all of these verbs? Yes, all of them end in R. So that was number 1. Now number 2, the ending, the last two letters of the infinitive. The ending always consists of two letters. The ending always consists of the two letters, right? So it will be hablar, comer, escribir, cantar, aprender, leer, salir, conocer, costar, correr, finalizar, and freír. So remember, there are three types of categories of verbs in Spanish. Those that end in ar, that will be the first kind. Those that end in that will be the second kind. We are highlighting those with red color here. And those that end in ir, like escribir, salir, freír. With comer, aprender, leer, conocer, correr. With ar, hablar, cantar, costar, finalizar. And number 3, the stem or root. So whatever is left after removing the ending from the infinitive. The stem can consist of a variable number of letters depending on the length of the verb in question. So hablar, comer, escribir, cantar, aprender, leer, salir, conocer, costar, correr, finalizar, y freír. Those are the verbs that we're working on right now. So if we remove hablar, if we remove ar from hablar, the stem would be habl. What would be the stem of comer, to eat? Com, exactly. What would be the stem of escribir? Escrib. What would be the stem of cantar? Cant. What would be the stem of aprender? Aprend. And what about leer? Le. How about salir? Sal. How about conocer? Conoce. How about costar? Cost. How about correr? Cor. How about finalizar? And how about freír? Fre. All right. No te olvides. Don't forget. Number 1, the infinitive, the basic, unconjugated form of the verb. Estudiar. This would be the example. Number 2, the ending, the last two letters of the infinitive. Ar, And number 3, the stem, what is left after taking the ending from the infinitive. Estudi. To conjugate, to put a verb in its correct person and number so that we know who is doing the action. When we conjugate any verb, we always begin with its stem. So we have the verbs of the first conjugation, are. So when you hear that someone says verbs of the first conjugation, you will know that we're referring to those verbs ending in ar. And the following verbs are regular, are verbs, and are conjugated according to the pattern in the following slides. Hablar would be to speak. Ayudar would be to help. Bailar would be to dance. And buscar would be to look for. Caminar would be to walk. Comprar would be to buy. Conversar would be to converse. Enseñar would be to teach. Escuchar would be to listen. Estudiar, to study. Llegar, to arrive. Mirar, to look at. Nadar, to swim. Necesitar, to need. Preparar, to prepare. Regresar, to return. Tomar is to take or drink. Trabajar, to work. Viajar, to travel. So, hablar. All persons and numbers are based on the stem. This would be the stem. And then you add the endings. Yo hablo. Tú hablas. Usted, él o ella habla. Nosotros hablamos. Vosotros habláis. Ustedes, ellos o ellas hablan. Notice which vowel gets the emphasis. Yo hablo, tú hablas, usted, él o ella habla, nosotros hablamos, vosotros habláis, ustedes, ellos o ellas hablan. Very good. Now let's do the same with trabajar, which means to work. What is the stem of trabajar? Trabaj. Very good. Now, how would we conjugate trabajar in yo? Yo trabajo. You don't have to use yo. You can just say trabajo, and we will know that you're referring to I, to yo. Trabajas. Trabaja. Trabajamos. Trabajáis. Trabajan. Very good. The emphasis. Trabajo. Trabajas. Trabaja. Trabajamos. Trabajáis. Trabajan. Buscar. What is the stem? Busco. Buscas. Busca. Buscamos. Buscáis. Buscan. The emphasis. Busco. Buscas. Busca. Buscamos. Buscáis. Buscan. Very good. Now, estudiar. What is the stem? Estudi. Very good. And now, estudio. Estudias. Estudia. Estudiamos. Estudiáis. Estudian. Very good. What about the emphasis? Estudio. Estudias. Estudia. Estudiamos. Estudiáis. Estudian. Very good. Now the verb usage. The Spanish present indicative tense has several equivalents in English. As in English, it can express present habitual actions. Estudiamos español en la universidad. We study Spanish at the university. But unlike English, it can also express ongoing actions. En este momento estudiamos en la biblioteca. Right now, we're studying in the library. It can even express future actions. Esta noche estudiamos para el examen. Tonight, we will study for the exam. La biblioteca es un buen lugar para estudiar. The library is a very good place to study. ¿Qué estudias? What are you studying? Estudio matemáticas. I'm studying math. Verb forms that refer to people that are within the conversation flip to their opposite form. Estudio, estudias, estudia, estudiamos, estudiáis, estudian. ¿Qué estudias tú? ¿Qué estudia Juan? Estudia filosofía. Verb forms that refer to people that are outside the conversation do not change. Estudio, estudias, estudia, estudiamos, estudiáis, estudian. Very good. So we're referring to the same person. Estudia, we could be talking about plural, estudian. This is the end. Hopefully you enjoy the presentation. If you enjoy this video, like this video and subscribe to this channel. Thank you. Gracias por haber escuchado esta clase. Thank you for listening to this class. Denle me gusta al video y suscríbanse al canal para continuar aprendiendo español. Like this video and subscribe to this channel so that you can continue learning Spanish. Thank you very much.